Hey there, Sheryl here. This week is a little bit different format. I'm going to share a little bit about me, my history, why I do what I do, and what my mission and my intention is behind my work. So I hope you'll bear with me and hear me out for a couple minutes. If you don't want to listen to the video, it's all in, of course, the blog. I encourage you to share it if you think that it will resonate with anyone in your circle. So basically, when I was 9, I went to a very small competitive school in Oakland, California. The reason being is because 10 years prior, my brother had been through the Oakland school system and it did not go so well for him. He got a GED barely, hung out with the wrong crowd, and subsequently dealt with, and we all dealt with, 2 decades of his addiction. We can't really blame that on the Oakland Public School District, of course, but that's really what my parents kind of leaned on. So they vowed never again. They were not going to make that mistake with me, so they sent me to a small, very competitive school that went from basically first grade all the way through high school. And I want to share one experience that I had when I was 9 years old. I was sitting in between my 2 parents, and I was sitting across from the headmaster. And I guess she was a headmistress because she was a woman. And what she said is that the GPA that I had was not good enough. In other words, it was a B-. I was getting all A's and B's, but it wasn't enough because the kids that they sent from that school were going to maybe Ivy Leagues and a couple of the acceptable UC schools. And so I wasn't really towing the weight, so to speak. And as she was explaining it, the only thing I heard was that I wasn't good enough. And that really sat with me, and it was a defining moment because it stayed with me through the rest of my education and early into my career. And eventually I set out to find out, how could world-class performers perform their best, especially under pressure? Because I felt so much pressure during my education that when I sat down for a test or a presentation, I couldn't manage my thoughts and emotions. I was so worried about, was I not going to be able to go to school there? Was I not good enough? How were the other kids doing? And all these different things. So it really affected my performance. So eventually I set out to study applied sports psychology at USC to find out how ordinary people become extraordinary, how they persevere despite injuries and setbacks and naysayers and people telling them that they weren't good enough. And through the last 3 decades of working with world-class athletes and business people, all the way through actually starting with high school, college, world-class athletes, and as well as business people, I really cracked the code to find out what level of clarity people need in order to achieve their best, the type of roadmap or structure that they need, and also the type of mental toughness and the amount of mental toughness that it's going to require to persevere even when the road gets difficult, because we're all striving. We all have our Olympics. We're really not that different than world-class athletes or Olympians, because we have things that are important to us, no less important to us. And so maybe we're not going to be Olympians, but what I really hold on to is that learning how to have clarity, learning how to build a roadmap, and learning how to be mentally tough and persevere is all learned skills. And it's a process that you can go through. And that's really my black belt and what I've spent the last 30 years understanding, studying, researching, and practicing doing my applied work. So it's just a note from me to you to give you a little explanation why I do what I do, why I'm so passionate about it, and I'm going to invite you to contemplate maybe what's been holding you back and see if you're ready to take your ambitions to the next level, whether it is getting the best shape of your life, strengthening some relationships, or taking your business or your work to the next level of ambition. Whatever it is, it's time to uncover what's been holding us back, gain some clarity around what we want, why we care so deeply, get a plan in place, and then have the mental toughness to persevere. So I wanted to share that with you to your continued success. I want to hear from you. I've attached in this newsletter my personal email. I want to know any questions or comments that you have, any content that would be really helpful for you. I am here for you. I want to make this content real. I feel like and I really believe that we all have a light in ourselves that really, if it's not coming to the surface or coming forward, we're not making means towards that end. It gives us that uncomfortable feeling. And I've been there. I know what it's like. And I'm here to help pave the way if I can. Thank you for consuming these newsletters. I hope that they are helpful. I look forward to hearing from you. Again, I will answer all of your emails personally if I could help or serve you in any way. I invite you to join my Facebook group and our community, and to your continued success. Thanks so much for being a subscriber. I look forward to seeing you around our community, and please do reach out to me with any comments or questions. Take care.